Mark, thank you for the honor of asking me to induct you to the Hall of Fame. I first met you, Mark, many years ago. I had received word that there was an outstanding basketball player in the high schools over in Guelph. And many of my spies, high school coaches, told me that you were a very, very good player and that I should certainly talk to you about coming to York. I did see you play. I don't know if you even knew that I was there a couple of times, and I realized that you were going to be a very, very good player. I recruited you for 3 reasons, really, and one of them was your obvious athletic skill and your ability. A second thing was your ability to get into York with the academic achievements that you had in high school. And third, and just as important, probably more important in some respects, was your character. And I think it speaks well of your family, your parents. They raised a fine young man, yourself, and that certainly sold you to me, and I knew that I wanted you on our team. You were the leading scorer at York when you left, averaged about 20 points per game over 5 years. You graduated, OUA All-Star 3 times, an MVP at York 4 times. And what is quite impressive to me is that you were a 4-time captain of our team, which I'm not sure that that's ever been done since or before. And I think that speaks of your leadership. One of the things that I remember most about you, and I'm not even sure if you'll remember this, is going on a road trip to Western. And I had to tell the team that just before we left, one of our players, I think he was a young recruit, who had left the team. And it was a hard thing to do, to get everybody together and say, listen, here's what's just happened. Now there's 11 of us in this room that are going to play. And we're going to have to get the job done. And I'll never forget what you said. You stood up and you said, great, now we got just the players that want to play at York. That impressed me so much. I went home and told my wife. And my wife has adopted you as her favorite player of all time. And to tell you the truth, she calls you Bullseye Bellai. So there's your nickname, and it always has been in our house. I do remember another time on the court, and you'll remember we worked hard, and you had that massive knee brace on your leg. It was massive, heavy. I think you had 2 knee reconstructions, ACLs, before you even got to play. And you had this massive knee brace and played every practice, every game with this thing on, with one exception. I remember the shocked look on your face when you came to me one time after practice and said, Coach, I played without my knee brace. I practiced without my knee brace. And then you walked away. That was your character. You worked hard no matter what, but I never saw you without that knee brace again. When I recruited you, Mark, you were a player who did everything. I had visions of you perhaps becoming a 3-man, a guy who rebounded, shot the ball a little bit. But after you had your problems with your leg, you became a shooter. And what a shooter. You were a 3-point shooter. There were several coaches who told me that their #1 rule on the fast break was to find Bellai. I'm not even sure they wanted to stop the ball. I think they'd rather give up a layup than a 3-point shot. Mark, you graduated and you went on to become a teacher, and I know that you can retire in a number of years, but in some respects, I think the students that you have taught have benefited greatly because of your character. I know that that character, again, came from your family, and I know that you're going to pass on the characteristics that you have learned from them to your students and to your son and daughter, and that speaks well of passing it forward. Mark, it's an honor for me to induct you into the York Hall of Fame, the 2018 version. Thank you for the years of coaching you, and congratulations, it's been a long time coming.